Good day, viewers. You are welcome to another edition of News Panorama from the stable of ABN Television, 15.9, Houston, Texas. I am Kehinde Oyedeji. First, the headlines. President Muhammadu Buhari resumes duty, presided over the first FEC meeting after his return. Buhari, Saraki, Dogara meet behind closed doors to discuss issues of national interest. Federal government splits 9 posts into 7 zones, 6 business units. Customs suspends import duty on hold vehicles. And the world of sport, NFF to Raw, give us 2018 World Cup. Rolandinho set for Pakistan. Now the news in full. President Muhammadu Buhari on March 13, 2017 returned to his office, saying he has resumed his duties as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He has also written to formally notify the National Assembly as required by the 1999 Constitution as amended. It will be recalled that Buhari, who had been away in London, United Kingdom, on medical vacation since January 19th, returned to the country on Friday, March 10, 2017. A brief statement from the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Mr. Femi Adesina, said, in compliance with Section 145 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, the President has formally transmitted letters to the Senate and the House of Representatives, intimating the National Assembly of its resumption and continued functions as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, with effect from Monday, March 13, 2017. In the same vein, the President, on Wednesday, March 15, 2017, presided over the first Executive Council meeting after his return last week from medical vacation in London, United Kingdom, after 51 days. Important issues of national interest were discussed at the meeting. President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday met with the President of the Senate, Bukola Saraki, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara, to discuss various developments in the polity during his vacation in London. The meeting, which lasted about 40 minutes, started at about 12 noon inside the President's office at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Senate President Saraki said it was proper to meet the President after being away for a while in order to review things that were done in his absence. As a medical doctor, he said he was satisfied that the President was fit to continue with his job. When asked about the specific issues discussed, Saraki said the budget is ongoing, the issue of the CJN, the Eurobond, the issue of the ambassadorial nominees that is due, the stability of the Niger Delta, and a whole range of issues of national interest. The Speaker, House of Representatives Yakubu Dogara, restated the legislature's commitment to always cooperate with the executive arm in the interest of the nation. President Muhammadu Buhari has signed the instrument of ratification of the treaty on the establishment of the Abidjan-Lagos corridor. The Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Mr. Femi Adesina, disclosed this in a statement. The treaty is among the governments of Nigeria, the Republic of Benin, Côte d'Ivoire, Ghana, and Togo. The Abidjan-Lagos Transport Corridor is the major east-west transport corridor in West Africa, connecting the capital cities of the West Africa 5 countries. The travel along the corridor is recognized as critical to the socio-economic development of the region. The federal government of Nigeria has split the Nigerian Postal Service, NIPOST, into 7 zones and 6 commercial business units. The statement by NIPOST spokesperson Frank Alau said that Bisi Adegui, the Postmaster General, had approved the unbundling of its offices across the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. Alao said the aim of the unbundling was to attain competitiveness and value for service, increase operational efficiency, and enhance the agency's revenue-generating capacity. The arrangement is set to entrench the principle of delegation and devolution of powers. It will also quicken decision-making process, particularly in the key operation areas like mail route delineation, deliveries, and postal inquiries, inconsistent with industry's global best practices, as well as improving on their revenue profiles. Join us again after this time out.
Discover the uniqueness in the entertainment industry. African Broadcasting Network (ABN) is now the pace setter in the industry. Do you want to advertise your product and services? Count on us. We will do it much more than your expectations. African Broadcasting Network (ABN) will deliver quick and prompt services. Our quality and clarity stands us out when it comes to delivering quality broadcasting. Our staffs are hardworking and versatile in the specific field of office. Our environment is so conducive and we are open to all. We also give advice on how to run your business profitably. African Broadcasting Network is situated at
9894 Isone Street, Suite 875, Houston, Texas 77036.
Contact phone 281-652-8396 and
832-490-8203.
Website www.abntvnetwork.com. ABN, celebrating Africans' rich cultural heritage.
The Nigerian Customs Service on Wednesday announced the suspension of the implementation of the payment of import duties on old vehicles. The move is in compliance to an early directive by the Senate that the policy which had generated controversies be suspended. The Acting Public Relations Officer, NCS, Mr. Joseph Atta, stated that suspension of the policy will remain until the service gets the support of the lawmakers in carrying out the exercise. While payment of duty on vehicles, or indeed any dutiable imported items, remains a civic responsibility of every patriotic Nigerian, NCS management has directed that the exercise be put on hold while expressing readiness to engage the Senate Committee on further discussions to bring them on board to understand the importance of the exercise to national security and economy. Further investigation in the foreign exchange market by the Central Bank of Nigeria has continued strengthening Naira in the parallel market. The CBN sells $8,000 per week to each bureau de change at 381 Naira per dollar, mandating them to sell at 400 Naira to end users. But last week, President of the Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria, ABCON, Alhaji Aminu Gwadabi, announced that the Apex Bank will this week increase weekly dollar sale to $15,000 per bureau de change. The Apex Bank also cautioned dealers in foreign exchange not to engage in any unwholesome practice that is detrimental to smooth operations in the market, warning that the CBN will impose heavy sanctions on any organizations or official involved in such acts. Also, during this week, the CBN increased weekly dollar sales to bureau de change by increasing the number of bureau de change that are access to dollar sales to 3,114 from about 2,000. Federal Government of Nigeria has approved the sum of 4,500 Naira for each of the 200,000 beneficiaries of the N-Power Volunteer Cause Job for the purchase of an enhanced electronic device. The device would be loaded with different applications that would further improve the skills of the beneficiaries and afford them the additional training opportunities during the 2 years duration of the job program. A total of 149,669 Nigerian graduates of the 200,000 are now collecting their monthly stipends of 30,000 Naira monthly, having been physically verified and deployed across the 36 states and FCT. Mr. Laulu Akode, the Senior Special Assistant on Media and Publicity to Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, made the disclosure while giving update on the social investment programs of the present administration. According to Akonde, who issued a statement, said the devised grant was in conjunction with the Bank of Industry, BOI, which has extended an asset finance of 20 months to each of the 200,000 N-Power beneficiaries. Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola San, Delta State Governor, Senator Fiayi Okowa, with the chairman of the United Bank of Africa, UBA Group, Mr. Tony Elumelu, has commissioned the 115 megawatts gas turbine, G15, newly completed by Transcorp Power Limited, Ugeli Power Station in Delta State. Transcorp Power Limited acquired the Ugeli Power Plant in 2013 with an operating capacity of 150 megawatts. With the addition of another 150 megawatts, Transcorp Power Limited has increased the Ugeli Power Plant to 620 megawatts of gas to the national grid. Join us again after this timeout. You're welcome back. Now, the world of sports. The Nigerian Football Federation will not extend the contract of the Super Eagles coach, Gernot Rohr, if he fails to qualify the team for the 2018 World Cup in Russia. The Super Eagles are currently leading Group B of Russia 2018 African World Cup qualifying with 6 points from 2 games, a feat Nigerians have not seen in a long time, given the team's inconsistency in the past. The Super Eagles won their first 2 qualifying matches, beating Zambia 2-1 in Ndola and Algeria 3-1 in Uyo. Nigeria faced reigning African champions Cameroon, who are second on the table in their next game in Uyo in October. The tie against the indomitable Lions of Cameroon will be preceded by a clash with the Bafana Bafana of South Africa in a 2019 AFCON qualifier. As part of the preparation for the twin battles for the Eagles will be engaging the Teranga Lion of Senegal and the Stallions of Burkina Faso in international friendlies in London later this month. Burkina Faso have named a strong squad of 25 players that will face the Super Eagles of Nigeria on March 27, 2017 in an international friendly scheduled to hold in London. Burkina Faso rolled out the Stallions squad made up of players that participated in the 2017 African Cup of Nations Championship held in Gabon. Burkina Faso will first face Morocco on March 24, 2017 before facing the Super Eagles of Nigeria, who could not make it to the 2017 AFCON Championship. As expected, star players like Bertrand Traoré and Aristide Bansey topped Burkina Faso squad for Nigerian friendly. The last time Burkina Faso and Nigeria faced was in the 2003 African Cup of Nations final held in South Africa, where Sunday Uba's goal gave Super Eagles the victory. Meanwhile, the Stallions will use the encounter to prepare for the 2019 African Cup of Nations qualifier against Mauritania. Brazilian football legend Ronaldinho is set to visit Pakistan as part of a goodwill mission to promote the game. The recently retired 36-year-old, who won the World Player of the Year twice and was part of the 2002 World Cup winning team, issued the message. News of his visit has generated excitement among fans and comes as the South Asian nation seeks to revive international sport fixtures that were disrupted by militant attack in 2009. Ronaldinho is being brought to country by the UK-based leisure leagues organizers of 5, 6, and 7, a seaside tournament which recently announced plans to expand to Pakistan, adding that the company would be launching tournaments next month in Pakistan's major cities of Karachi, Islamabad, and Lahore. Cricket-obsessed Pakistan has a strong base of football fans and players, particularly in southwestern Balochistan and the southern city of Karachi. On this note, we shall be drawing curtains on today's edition of News Panorama from the stable of ABN Television 15.9, Austin, Texas. I'm Kendi Oyedeji. Remember, no matter how good or bad you think life is, wake up each day to be thankful to life. Someone, somewhere else is fighting to survive. See you again.